to the floor. Far side, and a quick attack down the middle. Red, well, McFall was there, but the block too strong for the Rainbow Warriors.
Great look there defensively for Hawaii. They want to do a really great job playing disciplined defense here this evening, specifically behind that big block. Todd clamping down on that last one.
Rosenthal to the back line. He is Mr. Fantastic, but in this attempt goes a little too long on a first service attempt, so Stanford has the 2-1 advantage.
Stanford needs to take advantage of these early unforced errors on the side of Hawaii. They want to be good all around, but specifically aggressive at the service line.
Yeah, being aggressive and keeping it in play is key. You're okay when it goes long, but you don't want it getting inside of the netting. Setting the right-hand side. Little Phillips with a great dig in that situation. The last system forces the free ball. Back row attack, that one hit the top of the tape. An opportunity to set up. Going to the back row attack in their own regard, off the block with the kill. Flying through the skies, Stanford taking the 3-1 advantage.
The Cardinal doing a great job on second ball opportunity there in transition. They really want to establish that middle part of the court with their quick, big action.
And with a team of a smaller stature that Stanford possesses, you have to get tricky with some of those feints, some of those flares, and allowing your back row attackers to get involved. Eric Ask that back line, settings off. Ask getting his second start of the season here. Stanford unable to keep that one up, so it'll be a kill credited to Kainoa Wade. Came in off a 12-kill performance, hitting .588 last night.
Wade has been consistent for Hawaii because he's been able to show what his range is, his ability to attack into the seam or high line.
Adrian War leading us last night, hitting .667 on high volume. And Rotman, who's been a lifeline for Stanford up to this point this year, unable to connect.
Stanford needs to take advantage of those covered balls. That was an easy coverage play on their side. They have to control that ball in transition for their offense.
Fundamentals is going to be key tonight, and we're going to see that pop its head up all evening long. McFall receives, Little Phillips to the left-hand pin, Rotman off the block. Going to the middle attack this time, and it's Justin Todd. Available, and it's often.
Great look there by Todd, being up on setter ball contact with his setter Rosenthal standing at 6'11". He better be in the air, ready for that quick set, way above that tape.
I don't know how many teams we've seen in the nation that your setter is your tallest player on the team at 6'11". Insane to see, and a great contact on that near side, working off the block, and Stanford putting on a big fight early on, 4 serving 4.
To your point, Max, Rosenthal setting at 6'11". His point of contact sometimes needs to go down towards the window of his middle blockers. It's pretty crazy to see.
Not often do you see a setter leading the team in blocks as well, as McFall has a nice service attempt there. Pushing it over, the just at the net, recycled, and now an opportunity to set up your offense. Going to the middle attack, this time it was Wagner. Left side, straight downhill, Louis Sakanoko.
Sakanoko getting on that ball so quickly. There was no delay in his arm. As soon as his feet left the ground, his arm unloaded like a spring. That's exactly how he was able to beat that seam in the block.
We saw his full offensive arsenal on display yesterday with the power, with the finesse, recycling off the block. Sakanoko, the leader in the team in kills coming in tonight for a reason. Little Phillips to the right side. Snooey tried to go cross court, unable to connect with any hands on the way out.
I like that swing from Snooey on the right side. He was trying to challenge high hands, find that sideline on the left side of the court. Look for the Cardinal to find Snooey again here for a first ball side out.
In last year's matchup where Stanford was able to split with the Rainbow Warriors, Snooey had 23 kills, hitting .349. He was very much a volume option and looking like a changeup that Stanford's trying to get to. And a changeup indeed with the freshman out of Västerås, Sweden, Eric Ask coming in. And man, he has answered the call every time you've asked of him.
Ask doing exactly what the Cardinal want to do. Run the middle of the court. Be able to utilize that quick, big offense.
Snooey with 4 service errors last time, able to keep this one in play. Near side pin, the block strong for Stanford. Hitting the Jumbotron, and a great dig there by Evan Porter. Rotman off the hands. Sending up a left side attack once again. Sakanoko, contact off the fingertips of the blockers. Oh my goodness, my wrist hurts looking at that.
It sure does. But that transition play started with the block touch. Block touches are so important, slowing that ball down for the back row to control the ball in transition and earn that point.
Kainoa Wade sending it too long. And this is what Stanford needs to do. When you're given an opportunity after an error, you need to take advantage of it. You need to get this one in play and set up some good defense.
Exactly. Can you earn 1 to 2 points at the service line? With Rotman at the service line, look for his topspin serve to tail a little bit to the left.
Rotman, as you said, curveball to the left-hand side. And a huge swing from that right side. Kainoa Wade.
Wade is so lethal on the right side there for Hawaii, especially in the back row. If you're able to have a terminal attacker in the back right corner, that really opens up a spread offense.
And Victoria, as a former outside hitter in your own regard, how insane is it to have an outside hitter that is currently hitting .439 as the number 9 ranked outside hitter in the NCAA?
I mean, that just shows exactly what Wade is able to do. Be consistent, have range, have eyesight, the volley IQ, allowing him to make those choices, plays, and points.
After the point from Snooey, an opportunity from Wagner from the back line. That drop serve there, left side attack off the hands of the block. And now it's a back row attack. Rotman, did he collect anything? No, a little too far.
That's the right setting choice there. Rotman had that window of opportunity to attack that back right corner. That's called area 1 on the volleyball court. If he's able to find that, he'll find a point.
Now serving Trevor Jordan, the sophomore out of Mesa, Arizona. Little Phillips, a quick one, and somehow looked like a right-handed hook shot out of some basketball action. Luke McFall with a little unorthodox play.
Little Phillips there dishing some butter. The freshman setter, undersized, standing at 6'2", believe it or not. But I love that creativity that he's shown us early on.
Second time to the service line. Little Phillips' serve stays in play. Middle attack, McFall was there. Going quickly, one-handed stab, Evan Porter into the stands, a little too far out, and it's Hawaii point once more.
Hawaii just taking care of the ball on their side, being able to just find that rhythm here early on in set number 1, take advantage of a couple transition plays to earn this 2-point lead.
10 serving 8, the home team in the Cardinal, trailing up to this point. Snooey receives, going to the right-hand side, Eric Ask, and it looks like it went off the antenna.
Have to minimize those unforced errors, especially going up against a team like Hawaii, who is currently first in the Big West in attack percentage, second in the nation with .407. You have to be crisp offensively on your side of the net.
Number 2 in hit percentage, number 3 in kills percent, number 3 in assist percent. High-flying offense all across the floor. Little Phillips to the left side pin. Snooey with the kill.
Great first ball side out by Snooey, being able to attack high, hard, and through, showing us exactly how he's earned 12 or more kills in 6 matches this season.
And Victoria, how are you liking this setting from Little Phillips in this situation? Typically, he's not really the starter. He's came in, this is his 4th start of the season, but he's coming out and dishing it all across the floor.
Exactly. He's doing a great job of his set location. Little Phillips stepping in as a true freshman right now, running the offense for Stanford. It looks really good. He's playing free. He's playing a great chess game at the moment, getting all offensive threats involved.
Adrian Moore, after the attack off the block, went out of play. Right at the net, Sakanoko sent it over on the joust. Setting the back row, this time right into the belly of Porter, but the contact and the strength of Adrian Moore continues to punish the Cardinal.
Roar broad jumping into that ball, allowing him to beat the block out in front of him. That back row attack has to take off behind that 10-foot line or 3-meter line. These athletes can land in front of it.
I love that you threw us metric there.
You never know who's tuning in.
Rotman left side off the block, and that one stayed in play.
Great 3-man block there for Hawaii, being able to track that ball out of system and get 6 hands across that tape.
First timeout taken by the Cardinal here as it's 14 Hawaii, 9 Stanford. The Cardinal fighting this one, but a current 3-0 run from the Rainbow Warriors taking us to our break. California Maples Pavilion, action between two top 25 teams, the number 3 ranked University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the number 18th ranked Stanford Cardinal. Hawaii on a 3-0 run, and that one continues after the timeout. On the overpass, just an opportunity at the net taken by Todd. And it's another point, making it the 15th for Hawaii.
Service-y passers have to attack this strong serve right now out in front of them. Roar has great top spin. They need shoulders down on their passing.
Coming in tonight with 15 aces. Right side, Snooey with the little finesse. Back set, off the block. Stanford's block is strong.
Great block move there by McFall, closing that block all the way out to the pin. It was his first step, being able to push off to give himself that chance, an opportunity to close, be shoulder to shoulder, and clamp down on that ball.
A big difference from what we saw where it seemed like Hawaii was hitting on a lot of empty nets last night. McFall coming off a performance we had 2 service aces, nearly an opportunity there into the netting. And it seems like Rosenthal got caught up in the twine, hog-tied, and a point to Stanford. Let's see if Hawaii and their 16th year head coach Charlie Wade look to challenge this. Moses Wagner went up, and man, the athleticism on both these teams is on display, but Moses Wagner, somebody that stands out in particular. During warm-ups, he goes out and throws both his arms over that netting. It looks crazy.
And Wagner stands at 6'6". That's just average height here out on the floor. That's not even tall.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That's why I wear my highest, thickest padded shoes when I come out here.
There you go.
McFall at 6'9". It looks like he stepped on the line. These are the errors you cannot have if you want to compete. It seemed like Stanford was keeping it close, but now you look up and it's a 5-point advantage for the Rainbow Warriors.
Exactly, 6 attack errors for the Cardinal in addition to that last service error. It's exactly how Hawaii has been able to establish this 5-point lead.
Finn Kearney coming off a performance as a service specialist, and he gets this one back on an overpass. Back row attack straight downhill, and War bringing absolute war to the floor.
That is so nasty. Roar getting on that ball so quickly, showing us exactly how he hits .436 on the season. He is an offensive threat no matter where he is on the floor.
Second serve for Kearney goes into the netting, so it's going to be a point going back over to Stanford, 12 serving 17. And here's a stat for you. Wade, War, and Sakanoko all within 3 kills. And man, every single one of them hitting well into the high 300s, into the 400s.
And that just tells you how well of a job Rosenthal is giving them the opportunity to swing at these balls.
Great opportunity from the near side pin, Sakanoko. And now it's Snooey off the hands and a point to the Stanford Cardinal.
Great play there for the Cardinal. Little Phillips doing a great job of finding Snooey there on that right side pin, hanging it perfectly inside.
Teo Snooey, the senior out of Berkeley, California, went to Head Royce High School. Unable to get this one over the netting. And it's a point to Hawaii, 18 serving 13.
Set is front row for Hawaii right now. Watch for Rosenthal to spread his offense, especially finding Wade on that D ball.
Kainoa Wade, 6'10", 200 out of Kailua, Hawaii. Rotman working off the block, fell to his rear end and gets the point in the process.
That's Rotman just playing a little bit of dodgeball there, twirling the block of Hawaii. Great high hand-to-ball contact there from Rotman, who stands at 6'6". So when he has full range, full opportunity to attack high on that ball, he does a great job of challenging any block in front of him. Already 3 matches with 10 or more kills on the season.
Ryan Duras, the service specialist, as a senior out of Gilroy, now to the back line. We saw him have a lot of success last night in his few stints. Back row attack, and the block is strong. The roof built by the Card.
That is all disciplined eye work by Ask, being that left front blocker, doing such a great job of seeing the play out in front of him. He's reading and reacting, not guessing.
Not overthinking it. One of the key themes coming in tonight, the Swedish Super Cup gold winner with Heilet Helmstad, freshman out of Sweden. These errors, man, these are the things you're going to look back on and scratch your head. One going into the net and another point going the way of Hawaii. 19 serving 15, sending Sakanoko to the back line.
It's how you respond if you're on the side of Stanford. You have to utilize a first ball side out.
High throw, great timing. Sakanoko with a missile. Wagner off the hands, great dig by the libero. Little Phillips going to the far pin, freshman to freshman. Eric Ask, have yourself a swing.
Great set distribution by Little Phillips. We saw him establish his right side and then kick it out to the left, doing a great job of spreading that offense. The two-time Dairy Farmers State Player of the Year out of Winter Parks, Florida.
Luke Morrison, another freshman who's got some action under his belt the last few matches. Heavy serve, this one going into the netting. Joust won by Stanford for the moment. Opportunity to set up a clean offense. Ask has to double clutch it right there in the air. And now it's War. Diving dig by Rotman. McFall, an opportunity, and Little Phillips sends it back over. Middle attack off the chest. And Hawaii, man, that's exactly what you want to do. Through the tribulation, you go to your middle for your highest percentage attack, and you get it done.
Absolutely. With having middles established on early in a game, it really opens up one-on-one opportunities for your pin attackers. One thing that I want to note about that last rally was Little Phillips blocking and setting in the left front. That's because they want to have a bigger block in front of a dominant outside hitter for Hawaii. So something we don't usually see, but Phillips taking on that role really well.
Kai Taylor had an opportunity last night, and it goes the same way. A service error there for Kai Taylor. And a rotation here. Stanford keeping it very close, 17 serving 20. You could really use a run right now with Little Phillips in the back line and your big front line offense getting it going.
Exactly, all three offensive threats in the front row for the Cardinal.
And with the serving of Little Phillips as well, that's another aspect of the threat. And just a sharp shooting right side attack there by Kainoa Wade. It seemed like it grazed right off the lat of Snooey.
Left front blockers have to front Wade. Be okay with allowing one-on-one in the middle, but you have to front Wade if you're gonna get block touches.
Rosenthal to initiate. Little Phillips jogging down the floor. Snooey off the block, diving dig there by Rosenthal, and left at the net. Went straight through a couple different blockers, and the creativity of Adrian War on display.
The sophomore out of France, Rohr, was able to just kind of find a solution there to the play. He read what the set gave him, and it was that power tip there, challenging that seam in the block of the Cardinal.
22 Hawaii, 17 Stanford, as Stanford takes their second timeout here in the first set of play. And Victoria, in this situation, Hawaii, obviously everything's still working oh so perfectly for them. But for Stanford, it seems like they've had their flashes. How do they keep it consistent now?
Exactly. It's about taking care of that first ball contact and cleaning up a couple unforced errors on your side. So taking care of the pass, digging the ball, lifting it towards the middle of the court. It doesn't need to be a perfect pass in transition. We've seen Little Phillips be able to create out-of-system plays in system, getting his middles going in transition, finding pins, their opportunity. So for Stanford, it's just taking care of the ball on their side on the first and second contact, leading them to a more spread offense.
And as a former athlete as well, Briette, typically the starter for the Stanford Cardinal, now Little Phillips coming in. They didn't really have a practice in between. They played last night, now they're playing again 24 hours later. How do you adjust in that situation as one of those hitters?
That's college sports at the end of the day. You got to be ready to go. You got to know what your role is on the team. Are you points off of the bench? Are you a starter? At the end of the day, know your role. Be ready to play at any point in time. When coach comes up to you during serve and pass and says, hey, you're starting tonight, now it's go time. You lace your shoes a little bit differently probably and get mentally ready, and that's exactly what Little Phillips is doing here.
Little Phillips against Rosenthal. A whole lot of size difference between the two of them. 9 inches to be exact. Little Phillips going to his middle blocker. McFall with the big swing off the shoulder of Rosenthal. War off the touch. One-handed stab and the full-out send for the pancake for Evan Porter. Couldn't get there in time.
Hawaii being able to close in here in the red zone, taking care of the ball on their side, and it starts with that service pressure from Rosenthal.
I feel like the luck is seemingly going the way of the Rainbow Warriors as well. Some of those shots going off the shoulder of Stanford players have gone out of play, but it seems like every time for Hawaii, it stays in. Little Phillips over to Eric Ask. Recycles off the block. Ask once more. And the second time is not the charm. 24-17, it's set point for the Rainbow Warriors.
Ask catching that ball, hitting on his way down. That's how he caught the underside of that ball as it went out.
Rosenthal looking to close things out. The Hawaii faithful coming up, cheering on their squad on the road. Rotman with the dig. Little Phillips going right back over to Ask. And a diving pancake by Greenwich. Nobody's there, somehow caught that one up. Back row attack off the block, sent back over. The fight was there, but the Cardinal unable to return it. 25-17, Hawaii finishes it off on a 5-0 run. And man, it's
now Hawaii is siding out at 72%, Stanford at 50%, which isn't bad, but that 72% is because of real points happening on the side of Hawaii. They earned 18.5 real points, which means 15 points off of kills and 3.5 points off of blocks. They're putting the ball to the ground on their side. They're not waiting for Stanford to give them anything. They're just taking care of the ball on their side.
Treat Rosenthal getting us going once again. He had a lot of success from that service line in the first. Action started here on the second set. One-handed set sent away from the block, and Snooey came up flying.
Great look there, and that's Kearney helping out with that in the middle. Number 11 being able to get hands on ball there quickly across that tape. Great eye work.
Yeah, Wagner came up to help alongside that block. This time, high flying is Justin Todd, who is leading us in terms of percentage in that first.
And with Wagner in the middle front position right now for Stanford, look for him for this first ball side out.
Ward taking a deep breath. The sophomore out of Lyon, France. Snooey able to receive. Little Phillips, quick attack, drifted a little bit. Stanford gets it back. They're gonna go to Rotman. Rotman over the block. Right side recycled. Now they're pushing it to the far pin. Sakanoko goes up. And a big attack and swing from Wagner here. Back row, Snooey, just a little jab over the tape. Tons of power on that one, recycled. Near side, drifting into the pin. Great rally on her hands, but Rotman could not keep his hands out of the cookie jar.
Hawaii had great patience in transition there, covering the plays on their side, but the Cardinal block looks good as well. Continue to look at them specifically with their eye work.
Huge talking point going into this one because it seemed like Hawaii was hitting against nearly an open net last night. So both teams putting their A game right there on display. And I just want to go back to your point. So Hawaii is working on Hawaiian time. Is that what you're saying?
There you go. Exactly. Just staying calm, cool, and collected on their side.
Rotman, typically the person that brings that calm, cool, collected for Stanford, unable to keep this one in play.
As long as Stanford continues to utilize a first ball side out off of a controlled first ball contact and get block touches, this ball game is going to stay close.
Justin Todd sends it away. This one couldn't get over that netting, and it's 3 apiece.
Set is still front row right now for Stanford. Watch for Little Phillips there to spread his offense. Has 20 or more assists in 4 matches this season.
To your taller players in that front line with Ask and McFall at well, both of them standing at 6'9". And Moses Wagner, unfortunately, drifts a little wide right.
Both teams trying to establish that rhythm at the service line early here in set number 2. It's always that ace to error ratio.
And how hard is that in the men's game to keep that one in play? It feels like nearly 30% of the points in the men's game somehow comes from service errors.
You have to serve aggressively, especially in the men's game, because if a team is in system, it is way too quick to be able to play defense again. So you want to work to push teams out of system, off of the net as much as possible. And if you want to err, you want to err long. Maybe you'll tag a serve-receive athlete on the way out.
Sanui with that last kill as Little Phillips got us going on that play. This time showing a ton of power and ability to catch off the fingertips of the Cardinal Kainoa Wade with the kill.
Wade continuing to be just consistent. I was talking with assistant coach Kapono Faye, one of my friends, before this game, asking him about Wade, saying, what makes him so good? And Kapono said, he's just consistent, and he plays well behind the block and on defense as well. What a swing!
Oh my goodness. I like to call that one minus tempo. It just seems like that's instant.
Minus tempo, I love that, Max. Yes, Luke Mifal with the minus tempo right there. Wow, impressive. Up in the air on setter ball contact, so quick.
Eric Ask an opportunity. Going to the 4-pin, and the block for the card is strong.
I talked about real points for Hawaii, but what about real back-to-back points for the Cardinal? A kill and a put away, and at the helm of that is Luke McFall in the middle. McFall doing a great job of closing that block, pressing his hands fast across that tape.
Stanford with the advantage here, 6-5. Eric Ask for a second attempt. That one looked like it nearly was going out. Dug up by War. War on the opportunity. Turns into an overpass. Setting middle. Not too much power in that one, but Trevor Jordan showing off his arsenal.
It looked like Rosenthal was going to jump and dump on that play because he's in the front row, so that drew the left front blocker to commit with him. The timing was a little bit off there to create that window of opportunity for his middle to put the ball away.
Yeah, it's insane to see these guys going out here. It seems like they have seconds of time to think in midair, and another quick attack from the middle of the Cardinal. Luke McFall had himself a nice start to the second set.
Exactly, McFall making a choice in the air. What does the set give me? What is the block giving me? And then deciding in real time how you're going to attack.
McFall looked like his serve changed up a little bit in the last matchup, getting his first 2 aces of the season. Keeps this one in play. Big high-flying swing from Wade. Connects.
Wade does a great job of just guiding that ball into the seam. It wasn't 100% powerful swing. It was more of a placement down ball that he saw that open seam.
Back to the top of the rotation in Rosenthal. Little Phillips going to the middle attack with Moses Wagner. Straight down into the back line. Nobody there to answer the call. And it's 8-7 Hawaii off the Wade point.
Point for point action still. Stanford looking for this first ball side out.
Rosenthal putting a ton of smoke on it. Rotman winning the strength battle at that net.
And that starts with Little Phillips with negative tempo. That set did not even clear the top of the antenna.
Minus
that
tempo.
Is minus tempo. Oh, sorry.
We're spreading new vocabulary all
Yes.
across tonight. Don't you worry. Sanui. Right into the arms of Evan Porter. Another big attack by Hawaii. I had to shift over. Not trying to chip any teeth tonight.
You wore your tall shoes, though. You're trying to get out there with the action. Come
Yeah,
on, Max.
totally.
I know you got it.
Hey, I played football, but I'm going to roll an ankle trying to go up and high fly with these guys. My hand is in the dirt as a defensive lineman. I'm not trying to go
D-line.
anywhere over here.
Okay, D-line. Nice. That means you can put up a block here then.
Yeah,
Playing
there
some
you go.
defense. First line of defense here.
Eric Ask with the receive. And it's Snooey cocking that one back and letting it loose. Out of system. Snooey with the dig. Flying through his Porter. Take a deep breath now. Going to the left, pin off the hands. Little Phillips got caught in the air, 1-on-1 against Sakanoko. And I don't know if there's any blocker in the nation that wants to be in that position.
Sakanoko is so lethal. At 6'5", he's able to be so consistent, getting his feet to the apex of the set, allowing him to attack the block so well.
That's been the most impressive thing about all these setters tonight. As the joust at the net is won. Back-to-back plays, Sakanoko taking the point over Little Phillips. But getting back to my point in this situation, both these setters are doing such a good job just controlling the pace of the play for their team and almost serving as a deep breath as Stanford looks to take the timeout in this situation. Hawaii on a 3-0 run, so it's Hawaii 11. Stanford, like every time I look up, Hawaii just a smidge in front. Adrian Moore, part of the reason that this team has been so successful. Full-out diving attempt there. Turning it into an overpass. Sakanoko is being force-fed, and he is thriving on that near pin.
Sakanoko out of France has that international experience, being able to play internationally at the juniors level and see so many different types of defense out in front of him, which has really helped his collegiate game.
And the war continued for a moment. Unable to get over the divider, and Stanford finally able to get a stop to this break. A 4-0 run for Hawaii coming to a close. Alex Rotman an opportunity off a service error last time at the line.
Rotman has been able to earn a couple points here at the service line for Stanford this season.
Rotman unable to get it over the divider himself. So trading service errors as it's 13 serving 9. Justin Todd to the back line.
Set is still front row for Stanford.
Little Phillips has been fighting here in the second. Little Phillips going to his back row attacker, and Snooey put it right into the pocket of Rosenthal. Tried to get that one up, but the power of the senior on display.
If you watch Little Phillips when he's setting, he looks through the net to see where the defense is before he chooses where he is setting. He looked, saw Snooey had a window of opportunity, made the right set.
Moses Wagner able to keep this one in play. And the left side pin continues to keep it rocking and rolling. Sakanoko, man, have yourself a set.
Stanford has to take away hard cross on Sakanoko. Try and force him to swing line if you can.
Sakanoko hitting .429 with 6 kills. Snooey delivering once more.
Snooey doing a great job being a force anywhere on the court. Has 12 or more kills in 6 matches this season. Season high 16 versus UCI.
7 kills on 14 attempts, hitting .429. And this seems like it is the option that Stanford is looking for, as he had those 23 kills, being force-fed a ton in that matchup last year. Kainoa Wade doing things that Kainoa Wade does, getting the point.
I would like to see Stanford make an adjustment defensively by taking away more of the heart of the court and forcing these pin attackers on the side of Hawaii to challenge them to swing line and see what happens.
Sakanoko will be in the back line this time. Big serve. Return, setting to the near side pin. Eric Gass flying through the sky to push it over. And now on the right-hand side, it's the number 4 in black and Kainoa Wade.
Hawaii being able just to stay consistent in transition. Same set location every single time from Rosenthal.
Stanford's going to take their second timeout in the situation. They will have no more remaining here in the second set, as it currently stands 16-11 with the Hawaii advantage. And so the block has been a lot better in this match compared to last night for Stanford, but still some adjustments needing to be made.
Exactly. Stanford right now is hitting .357 with 6 kills, only 1 attack error. So they've really minimized those attack errors. But Hawaii in the current set is batting .526 with 12 kills, only 2 attack errors. So twice as many kills in the second set alone for Hawaii, and that really is the difference. They're being able to find success in transition. They have 6 digs in the second set. They've been able to utilize those digs in transition to earn points.
I hate to use this trope because there aren't necessarily any volleyball video games, but these are video game numbers that the Rainbow Warriors are putting up.
I feel like there might be.
Okay. With the App Store and everything, maybe,
hey,
yeah.
We can do a quick Google search really fast. I know there's a popular anime.
Yeah, Haikyuu, I believe is the name of it. But yeah, these numbers that I'm seeing on Hawaii are things that I've never seen this late into the season before. The only teams in the top of the nation doing this, UCLA and Hawaii.
And I was just calling the Bruins against Northridge last night, and it is impressive what the Bruins are doing there down in Poly Pavilion. It'll be exciting to see postseason play if Hawaii matches up there with UCLA.
Oh, there are so many prolific matchups to be seen in the future. Two of the top conferences on display here on the court tonight, the MPSF for the Cardinal and the Big West for the Rainbow Warriors. Sakanoko getting us initiated after the timeout. Not as much power on that serve. Quick attack, McFall with the high swinger. Back roll! They are giving it to Louis Sakanoko every point on the floor, and it is working to perfection.
Sakanoko broad jumping into that ball, doing such a great job of having a high elbow and hand contact, swinging hard and through.
Sakanoko with 4 kills here in the second. 17 serving 11. And the service error will put an end to the run of Hawaii. Going on a 3-0 run, Stanford takes it back. It'll be 12 serving 17. Eric Ask right there for us. The Norwegian. A pancake attempt after the quick little attack. Rotman was there but wasn't able to get his hands in place in time.
Great vision by the Rainbow Warriors, being able to see the defense was dug in on Stanford, took advantage of that off-speed shot.
An opportunity for Finn Kearney once more. Kearney with a high jump serve, and it stays in play. Service ace for the Rainbow Warriors, and that is surprisingly the first of the match.
Great serve there by Kearney, being able to carve up the side of the ball to challenge the sideline of the Cardinal.
Can he do it again? Yes, indeed. Back-to-back aces. Porter was there, but it flies right in front of us. Man, we are in the contact zone tonight.
The coaching staff for Hawaii said Kearney just has an explosive arm, no matter if he's at the service line or attacking.
Third time, this one kept in play. Little Phillips over to Rotman, off the triple block, and with the point, a much-needed answer for Stanford.
Good look there by Rotman, being able to challenge that big block of Hawaii. He saw a triple block out in front. You only have a couple options there. You can choose to challenge it, which is exactly what he did, being able to swing high hands.
Luke Morrison checking in for the second time this match. Received by Greenwich. Hiding behind the flare. That was Ward, and now Wagner. His offense might not be going tonight, but the defense and the effort still on display for the senior out of San Jose.
Great disciplined eye work from Wagner. He is not guessing. He is reading and reacting. Now 24 blocks on the season for Wagner.
McFall once more. Going to the far side, that one went directly down, but for Stanford, it went down on their side. The first team to 20 here in the second is Hawaii, as it's 20 serving 14.
Great fast swing there from Roar, already 10 or more kills in the last 6 matches for Hawaii. Continuing to be consistent, was the Big West Championship MVP last season.
Rosenthal with his 15 aces on the season, looking to pin another one on. Little Phillips, back row attack, Ask with a high hitting attack. Down the line, kept that one in play. Sanui with the dig, Sakanoko couldn't get over the net. Looked like Rotman might have tasted a little tape at the end of the play, or maybe caught the fist of Moses Wagner there. Regardless, it looks like he'll just shake it off. Toughness on display for the number 5 in red.
I think that the top of the tape whiplashed him in the mouth there.
Right.
But before that happened, I had a huge smile on my face that entire rally because the defense was just ecstatic.
Ooh. Looking like some mishap on the floor. A little mayhem from the officials here. Brian Brink giving us a smile, and he'll set us right back up again. Snooey, let's see if he can gather himself. And unfortunately, that is the flow of service. When something takes you out of that system, it's hard to get it back. And unfortunately for Snooey, goes ahead and has a service error. Adrian War, what a prolific freshman year he had, an AVCA All-American first team selection, as well as a Big Ten first team selection. And the freshman and Eric Ask, looks like he ran into the netting as he flew in from that back line.
Net violation on the side of the Cardinal. Sets front row here for Stanford. Look for Wagner to get up here on that quick attack in the middle.
22 serving 15. War and a miscommunication for Stanford, able to keep that one in play. Rotman just has to throw it over the net. Sakanoko once more. Give that man the second set MVP. We haven't even finished yet, but he has been everywhere doing anything.
Sakanoko continues to be consistent. 7 kills, hitting at .375. Only 1 error for the entire game.
3-0-1 for Hawaii. And the serve unable to go over this time for War. Stanford still an opportunity here. 2 lives left in their back pocket here in the second. They will bring Ryan Duras back into the match. 16 serving 23. The senior settles himself and executes. Going back over to Sakanoko. Keeps this one in play, diving, fighting, scrapping, but couldn't get there. Little Phillips, man, his heart has been on full display this evening.
Looked like he got tangled up there with Wagner trying to get off the net in transition. But you can absolutely see it, Max. Little Phillips is a competitor. You see the look in his eye. He's demanding from his attackers. He's giving his attackers the opportunity to take great quality swings.
24, serving 16, turning into 17 with the error from Kai Taylor. So the service error will give an opportunity for Stanford to go out there and see what Carson Kneisel has in store. Kneisel, the junior out of Colorado. 3 sets played, no stats last evening. And a huge moment with the Bows fans raining down from the stands. The 2023 Colorado Player of the Year unable to keep it in play. Checking in and checking out. 25 Hawaii, 17 Stanford. It's a day just to show appreciation. And appreciation on display by the Rainbow Warriors fans as their team is currently up 2-0 going to the third. Back row attack, and it's Kainoa Wade continuing the action. The leader in the match in kills. That's his 11th.
Great look there by Wade. A big part of how Hawaii's been able to side out at such a high percentage. In set number 2, Hawaii sided out at 87%.
Video game numbers.
Yeah.
Little Phillips with the set, and it's Moses Wagner going up there. Nobody was in front of him and says, hey, I'll take it.
Great heads-up play there from Wagner, being able to be consistent in his role in the middle, specifically patrolling that top of the tape.
And with Wagner not necessarily having the offensive performance you would expect to see from him, it's really great to see him involved once again in the swing from the right side. Going on 2 with a full flight effort, Jacob Little Phillips.
Little Phillips saying, I can swing too. Now 6 kills on the season for the 6'2" freshman setter. Great heads up play. That's Little Phillips' vision, swinging high and away.
Hitting 55% now. Quick math off the top of my head. Snooey cannot believe it. He thought that one was going to drop in play. Full out gasp.
Stanford is putting up some solid numbers. They've been siding out at 50% both in set number 1. They upped that to 56% in set number 2. Numbers look good on the side of Stanford, just Hawaii being able to get 1 to 2 more points. But it's these unforced errors from the service line, from the Rainbow Warriors, that Stanford needs to take advantage of, especially with Rotman on the back line. Look for him in transition on that big attack.
Good versus great has been the difference, and it's been like that all season long for Stanford, coming in 3-7, but still ranked the number 18 team in the nation. And a service ace for Rotman. A big punch, a big cheer, and the Cardinal have the 4-2 advantage early on here in the third.
Great toss for Rotman, well out in front of him, allowing him that opportunity to swing high and through that serve.
When Greenwich was there, the libero for the Rainbow Warriors, but unable to get that one up in play. Sakanoko right back into the action. Snooey able to retrieve it. Going up at the net, the joust won once again by Sakanoko. Now it's Eric Ask going cross court. Back row attack from the setter and Rosenthal. Little Phillips over to Wagner into the triple block. Porter was there. And man, we got a juicy one on our hands. Into the block, Eric Ask couldn't keep it in play. Mano, and it is Rosenthal on the attack, able to get the point.
We're seeing some weird things in transition defense for Stanford, but it's kind of working right now, Max. I mean, just why not try different positions or routes or blocking calls, blocking commits? They're getting touches.
As a smaller team, you've got to be gritty and you got to be creative. Back row attack, off the block. Sakanoko, high flying, Rotman sent it over the net on the dig. Low set, Snooey's there. Little Phillips, over to Ask. Off the hands, into the floor, and it is 6-3.
Great controlled ball in transition for the Cardinal, letting them be able to find that first tempo attack on the left side.
Pardon me, 5-3. Got a little ahead of myself here. Wagner gauging, sending too far. These are the little things. Stanford was in a very similar position at the start of the second set, but the errors start to come upon them, and you look up and you're like, oh, that was a really close set. Somehow, 25-17. Little Phillips going to his middle. Great read this time around. Jordan has had his hands full against McFall, but he gets the win on that rep.
McFall hit really well last night versus Hawaii. He was 6 for 9, hitting 667 with 0 errors.
Yeah, McFall has been a collective force. We've only seen McFall as the service ace on the back line from Wade. Have not seen Kamana Carrera tonight. He is dressed, but McFall has been getting all the reps there in the middle for the Cardinal. I know Wade looking to do it again. 2 service aces, nearly a third there. Going to the right side. Last time it was Sakanoko's show, and now it's Kainoa Wade coming in and stealing it.
I said, let Hawaii challenge you down the line, and they showed us exactly what they're going to do when given that opportunity, swinging high and fast.
Wade, another high and fast serve. This one retrieved, going over the freshman and Ask, right into the arms of Greenwich. Sakanoko off the hands, a one-handed diving attempt there, and Snooey unable to corral it.
Sakanoko has great shot selection. He has fantastic volley IQ. As we look at this challenge.
Yeah, I was looking down. I couldn't quite see the situation there.
Trying to see what's happening here.
Stoppage in play, and the official is at the big board here with our DV Sport operators. And so the Cardinal will go with a challenge in this situation. The 20th year head coach in John Costi saw something that he said, hey, maybe let's get this point back. You do have two challenges in your belt until you get to a potential 5th set in which it would reset. So burning one here in a situation where you're trying to keep the momentum close, you can't blame him.
Exactly. Sometimes it's better to use it and lose it than never use it at all, and being able to utilize a challenge really slows down the ball game in general, and maybe you'll be able to win that challenge. If not, you do not retain it, and you will only have one challenge to continue on until a possible 5th set.
So the challenge is used, and it's burned by the Cardinal. Unfortunately, They were not able to get anything back that way, but it did give them an opportunity to take a quick little timeout in that situation, talk over some plays, maybe change up some defense. Wade, as Rotman digs it. Bump set, Eric Ask shifts back and has a big attack. McFall goes up, and he's smoked again. Treble Jordan has had his number here in the third.
Great look there by Jordan, staying patient and then clamping down quickly. Last night was 4 for 8, hitting .500, being able to play both sides of the ball for the Rainbow Warriors.
This has been a very interesting matchup in terms of all the plays going down. Eric Ask, high flying. Not a clean contact on the play, and a great swing on that back row attack. Kainoa Wade leading us once more. He's got up to 14 kills now, a 5-0 run from Hawaii, as it is 10-5, and the timeout taken on the floor has blinked, and all of a sudden, we're here.
And that's Kainoa Wade taking a large part of that role for Hawaii right now. 14 kills, hitting .722, only one attack error.
Little Phillips going right back over to McFall, and this time around, McFall gets his comeback.
Great look there by McFall. Quick arm to beat that block of Hawaii out in front. McFall with 5 or more kills in 4 matches this season.
Dangerous position here as Little Phillips is in that back line. He has a great looking serve under his belt. The attack from the middle blocker goes wide. Stanford answering after the timeout.
And that was because McFall was fronting his attacker, making his presence known, forcing that unforced error on the side of Hawaii.
Yeah, this third set has really turned into a battle of middles. Off the tape with the let serve. Going to the back row attack. Wade gets the kill. You know, right when we say, hey, somebody else has the spotlight, I know Wade comes in and says, no, this is my show.
Wade leading Hawaii with 15 kills now. That's twice as many as Snooey with 7, who's leading the Cardinal.
Balanced attack with Wade with 15, Sakanoko with 10, and War with 7. Sakanoko putting a ton on that serve as well. Snooey blocked out by the setter. And there is a reason why that man goes ahead and leads the team in that category.
Rosenthal standing at 6'11", big right side blocking presence. Does a great job of keeping his hands low across that tape though, doesn't reach high up for the ball.
Sakanoko puts a little too much under it. Something to note as well, Sakanoko on his first attack last night seemed to be shaking his hand like something was going on. And so it doesn't seem like it's affecting on his attacks, but his serves just seem ever so slightly off, possibly because of something like that. Don't want to speculate too much though. High winding swing this time by Jordan. And another point coming this time from the middle.
Jordan is so efficient in the middle for Hawaii. Only 4 errors on the season in 8 games from Jordan. It's really impressive what he's able to do.
It's really interesting to see the way that their attacks are going. That one, a very much high winding attack. And now you have the jump hook on the other end from McFall.
And the Cardinal are going to continue to keep clawing where they can. Go back to the service line, try and establish rhythm, get block touches, play disciplined defense.
I know these guys are tall, but they're showing off some basketball moves on the court tonight.
Looking for an and one.
McFall, service error. Giving an opportunity for Rosenthal to go back. 14 serving 9. About a 50-50 split tonight between Hawaii fans and Stanford fans here at Maples. And unorthodox, a miscommunication on Stanford's side turns into an ace. Rosenthal up to 16 on the season now.
Hawaii really wanted to challenge the seams of the serve receive of the Cardinal. So that's that area in between the passers.
Lining up behind the applause of the Rainbow Warriors fans. And Stanford returns. Rotman down the line, keeps it in play.
Great look there by Rotman, going fast, challenging that high line. If you're able to utilize that high line swing as an outside attacker, good things happen.
You're saying high line, but I'm hearing high lie as that one just ripped out. Sanui. That's been the difference, man. Service errors by the way of Stanford in these tough situations.
And if you're going to have those service errors, you better earn a first ball side out. Try and keep it even.
11 service errors apiece. Little Phillips goes on two. Looking for a contest there. Both teams, they were talking, and Hawaii just kept playing.
Hawaii was looking for a net violation, wasn't going to get called, didn't need it anyways. But timeout is called on the court.
Timeout taken by Stanford. That is their second, as Hawaii has the 17-10 advantage. Stanford's been fighting hard, but the talent on display in the Warriors coming to town and making it happen.
I mean, Hawaii showing us exactly how they're first in the Big West in attack percentage, kills per set, assists per set, and points per set. Second in the nation in attack percentage as well. They do a great job of playing disciplined defense. Their opponents on average are hitting 168 against them on the year thus far. And they haven't even started Big West play yet.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. Just with these schedules and with the number of teams there, they are hot, they are running, only lost one match this year. That one came all the way down to the fifth set where they lost against Loyola. And man, just really tough fought every single time. Every set that Hawaii has lost this season has been 5 points or less.
It's pretty impressive. They only have one loss on the season against Loyola Chicago, which was a 1-4 decider. All sets into the red zone with Hawaii versus Loyola Chicago, with the last two going OT. Fourth set ending 27-29. That's just showing you the depth of strength throughout the nation for NCAA men's volleyball. It continues to grow. We're seeing it at the juniors level with so many more kids playing boys volleyball. It's so fun to see. It's fun coaching my boys, my 14th team with Rockstar, and just seeing the game grow.
Yeah, volleyball is one of the fastest growing sports, and men's volleyball in particular, or boys in the situation with the teams you're coaching, growing ever so fast as well. Talking about a contest here with Little Phillips, as he's talking to her up ref in Brian Brink. And those guys in the blue shirts, they don't get enough love. They do a lot. Men and women, I should say. Hawaii able to keep the point after the conversation with Little Phillips, and it's 18 serving 10 on a 3-0 run. War has been living on that service line. Rahman had to come up and send that over with two hands. Sanui, big swing and an answer. Much needed point here for Stanford. You gotta nearly play a perfect match at this point if you want an opportunity to come back trailing 11-18. Rotman in that back line. Stanford's they need to dig deep here.
Sanui, great look there from the senior outside hitter. Very calculated swing, probably because he's majoring in mathematics.
Oh, you know, the smarts on display by the nerds in red. Moses Wagner went up. He contested with the solo block of his own, but wasn't able to keep it in play.
Wagner's major, bio-inspired design and engineering for environmental systems.
Yeah, see, I went to a good school. Go Ags, my UC Davis Aggies, but these things, even that, it's going over my head. These are some majors that just I can't comprehend. Brilliance on display. Eric Ask. Now a little out of system. Wagner has to go up. Cross court cut shot. Luis Sakanoko. Elevation sensation.
Sakanoko so lethal, showing us how extremely athletically he is. So strong, explosive, challenging inside that block of the Cardinal.
Service specialist and Kearney comes back in. Eric Ask attacking, goes cross court. Dug up there by Kearney. Now it's back to Sakanoko. Went up for the tip dunk. Sakanoko again. Triple block, recycled. Low set. And now it's a battle of jabs. Finished up by a right-hand swing of the middle blocker in Jordan.
Little short court action there with some tit and tat on a first ball, second ball contact, but a first tempo put away in transition for the Rainbow Warriors.
No timeouts left here for Stanford. Kearney with a difficult serve, and he'll turn into an ace. Got to give him some flowers. He's checked into some tough situations and has delivered tonight.
Kearney has put up some consistent points for Hawaii on the season, earning 21 kills, hitting 372.
4-0 run. And that's how it goes. You start to give people some flowers, and all of a sudden they rot away.
That's my fault. I'll take the bullet on that one.
Hey, we're a team. It's on the both of us.
Oh, thanks, Max.
Luke Morrison comes in. He had a nice couple of plays as the service specialist for Stanford. Now can he continue and give Stanford a little jolt here? The lefty. Big swing off the board. This one kept into play. Flying towards the net, right into the block. Back over to Hawaii's way. Setting the middle, a quick attack. Little Phillips wasn't able to corral it, and it is set and match point for Hawaii.
Hawaii being able to just play heads-up volleyball on their side. Set still front row here.
Sorry about that. 23-12. The timing between the score and me have been a little off tonight. So still 2 more lives in the pocket for Stanford. They trail by 11. McFall keeps it in. McFall has been a breath of fresh air when they've gotten to their middle.
Little Phillips does a great job of finding McFall there, being able to force the middle of the court at such a high percentage. McFall hitting 400 on the year.
Little Phillips with minimal room behind him. Sakanoko. Snooey off the block. That time it's won by the middle blocker and Trevor Jordan. He gets a big round of applause from his teammates, from his fans. Everybody up on their feet, and it is set and match point for Hawaii.
Great heads-up play there for Hawaii. Jordan being able to do his job on the left side.
Sakanoko has a little prayer here from the service line. Big serve! Nearly an ace. Stanford able to return it. Setting back row, Sakanoko sends us away.
Are you kidding me, Sakanoko? What an unbelievable serve, leading to such a lethal kill and performance here this evening. Hawaii being able to hit 435 on the match. Wade with 15 kills, Sakanoko with 12. Unbelievable offense here by the Rainbow Warriors. Stanford being able to get block touches where they can. They had middle production, being able to run down the middle of the court, but at the end of the day, the Rainbow Warriors were able to hold them to a 164 hitting percentage on the match, and that's what Hawaii has been able to do consistently against their opponents this season.
The number 3 team in the nation trying to contest for that number 1 spot. And man, did they have a dominant weekend over the number 18th ranked Stanford Cardinal. Stanford drops to 3-8 on the season. University of Hawaii goes to 12-1. Stanford taking on SFU. That one will be on March 6th. And Hawaii will come home to take on their rivals in BYU on the 25th and the 27th. And for us here on the court, Victoria Dennis, Max Agrest, to our entire Stanford production staff tonight, thank you for joining us here on your Saturday evening. Happy Valentine's